Hello. Welcome to this episode of Love, Sex, Food. We're already laughing, which is a good sign.
I'm laughing because we were contemplating on what to talk about. And Prema said, put your hand on your stomach. And what's the first thing that comes to mind? And I said, noodles. Don't worry, we're not going to talk about noodles. But it was because I saw this clip of this guy making noodles. And I was like, noodles.
We can't do a whole podcast episode on noodles.
No. So,
but if you come to our Love, Sex, Food Safari, which is actually on in September in London, you can eat noodles with us live. So you can eat noodles. We can talk about noodles.
Yeah. Tickets are on Eventbrite. So just search Love, Sex, Food.
Or find us via Instagram and send us a DM. Or join our WhatsApp group. Even better.
There you go.
So a quick plug before the start of the podcast today.
So you'll be happy to know we're not talking about Love, Sex, Food. No, the podcast is called Love, Sex, Food. We're not talking about noodles. What we're talking about today is
death. Mic drop.
Hands up.
Please don't turn it off now.
Hands up. Hands up. Who wants to talk about noodles? Yeah.
No, I want to talk about death.
Okay. So the reason why we're talking about death today is because we attended a funeral today of one of my very close friends' mother passed away. And we were at the crematorium, and he's very eloquent, very well spoken, great at public speaking, but he also gave a beautiful eulogy of his mother.
He did. It was amazing.
And he described three qualities his mother was ultimately known for. And we then, after the funeral, were driving back, and we asked ourselves, how would we want to go? Also, just on a quick side note, we watched,
Bridges of Madison's County.
Yeah.
Which, if you haven't watched it, if you want a movie that will just blow your heart wide open, it's all about unrequited love. It is beautiful. It's Clint Eastwood and Meryl Streep. Amazing soundtrack. And the most a tearjerker is the only word. Ugly crying.
Yeah.
XXX.
Yeah. So it was kind of about that, because we were talking about, well, if one of us passes just before the other, how would you want to kind of be buried or
cremated? Well, we hadn't discussed it, had we?
No. But then we also got into the conversation of how would people then kind of just describe you?
Yeah. What 3 words would you use to, would you like to be remembered by? Because today, our really good friend, you chose the words devotion, joyfulness, and strength for his mother, which I thought was really beautiful. And so we were talking about that and what 3 words would describe us. So what 3 words would you say would describe me?
Love. Mm-hmm. Number 1, first and foremost, I think.
You're just saying that because my name's Prema.
I think it's kind of fitting that you went from Gail to Prema. And Prema in most of Indian languages means love. So I think it's kind of fitting. I would also then say generous. Mm-hmm. Generous with everything. You are one of the most generous people. You're so kind. And I put kind and generous in the same thing. So that is 100% there. And lastly, loyal.
Oh, I love it.
You are...
I thought you were going to say sexy.
I can't really, I can't be talking in your eulogy and say sexy in front of everyone when I'm mourning.
I give you permission to say
Okay,
that.
Thanks. All right. But I think loyal for me is incredible. Like, you are the most loyal partner in every way, shape or form. You're so supportive. So those were my 3 for you off the top of my head without really thinking about them.
All right.
So
well, that's good, because that's what we've just been talking about. We've literally just been talking about speaking from your heart and your gut and not using your head. So we're like this because, otherwise you kind of get in your head and you're like, oh, which is the right word? Shall I tell you what my 3 would be for you?
That'd be nice to get them back. Yeah.
Yeah. Sexy, sexy, sexy. And I don't care. I'm going to stand at the front and say, sexy Indian man.
Sexy Indian. Do you know, Prema actually owns the domain sexyindianman.com.
.com. Yeah, it's just devoted to you.
Thank you.
But no, the three words so this is really funny because the 3 words I'm going to say to you are very similar to the 3 words that you described your mum as, which is
pain in the ass. Sorry, Mum, I love you, but God.
No, so I would say number 1, generous. And with generous, I would say generous and kind, and like across the 2. Generous and kind for sure. Number 2, 100% joy. Joy as in playfulness, humor, like just gives you that feeling, like smile, like laughter, like that's all under joy. So I would say generous, joy. I like loyal as well, but I'm gonna say curious.
I'm definitely
curious. Yeah. Which isn't the one for your mum. Your mum's just food, but you could have had food. But curious, you are the most curious person, and I love it. It is definitely one of your sexual superpowers that you are curious about everything. You are a yes person. You'll give pretty much most things a go. And you're always like up for an adventure, which I love because I'm all about that. Just great. Like the other day we went to Soho House to do a great talk about AI and parenting, and we were sort of bringing a bit of Here Mama to the room. And as we were walking home, we'd had a really good meeting. I was feeling a bit vulnerable and thinking I was a bit shit. Just I don't know what happened to me. I was just on a bit of a downer, and Diggs gave me a really good pep talk and really helped me get back into my vibe. Gave me loads of really good reflection, really supportive. It was amazing. So we're walking down the road, and then I just said, "Hey, should we just go over to Vagabond and just get a couple of glasses of wine, do some wine tasting?" This was at I don't know 2:30 in the afternoon. Yeah. And what did you say?
Yes.
Come on. Yeah, let's do it. And then we sat there and we drank a glass of wine, glass of nice champagne-y stuff. Mm-hmm. It wasn't champagne, but it. And then the man really liked us and bought us over some more wine. Yeah. And it was just a great afternoon. And I think that's that's you. And you are that person. You're a follow the magic person like me.
I think there's a lot to be said, right? I think we just, it is kind of on topic, but not. But I think there's so much going on in this world, and we can, not be in it, and you could blink and it could be all over. And I think it sounds a bit morbid, but I'm not going from that way. It's like you've got one life to live, and I think you've got to make the best of it. And I'm not saying be frivolous or ultimately don't be responsible, but you've got to take the wins and the opportunities when you can to kind of really enjoy the fact that we're lucky enough to be put on this earth.
Well, I think that's the thing about funerals, isn't it? What I found today was sitting there, seeing these photos of our friend's mother, who was obviously a very beautiful person, but especially as a young woman, she was very beautiful. And seeing her through all the different stages of her life, I couldn't help but think about myself, because she's a grandma. I reckon I've only got a few years potentially. We might be grandparents. Yeah. Wow, that's scary. But it just made me stop and think to myself, how do I want to be remembered? How do I want to live my life? Who would come? who would be in the room? Is it people I know now, or is it people that I haven't met? And I had a really strong feeling that there would be lots of people there that I haven't met yet. And I think that's the thing about life, is that you are part of it. You're not separate from it. Life is not something that happens to you. You are actually life, aren't you? You are the song. You know, you're not you're the manifestation of the music in its own specific way. And I just thought, yeah, I'm really glad that I've been here today to celebrate someone's life, because it's made me realize that I want to celebrate my life even more.
Yeah, I mean, and I think in the Hindu culture, it's very much it's not a huge celebration. There's a lot of mourning, which I'm not a big fan of, because for me, I want whatever innings I play to be celebrated with memories and joy, than to be sat around and people crying and so on. So it is really interesting, because culturally it's one way, but ultimately you can then define the way that you want to both live your life and then also either be celebrated or mourned.
I mean, it was my first Hindu funeral, and I'm going to tell you something. I found it much more moving than other ceremonies that I've been to. I mean, the one when we went back to the hall afterwards, to be honest, I couldn't really understand too much about what was going on there, because that was a deep ritual going on there. And I think, you had to really be participating. But the actual crematorium service, the chanting and the prayers, they were just very, like, I don't know, there was something very touching, like emotionally touching, that went further than, say, someone doing standard lines at the front of the service, which I've seen in other cremations that I've been to. And I don't know, it really moved me. It really, really moved me a lot. And I also had this really massive sense, which whenever I go to any Indian event, I really get this massive sense of family and community, which I don't when I'm at other events that are not related to the Indian culture. There is something just really sort of like, you just feel that everyone gets it. Like, everyone has very similar values, like family, community, look out for each other, show up, support each other. There's like a cohesion that existed in that room, whereas in other places I've been, I didn't feel that. Maybe that's because I'm just not used to it.
Yeah, I mean, even though you might, just for example, we might be a small family, as in a direct family, as in it was my parents and myself and my sister, but family doesn't stop there. It's just, it is kind of just the community becomes your family, and it mounts, and it might sound weird, but in a moment of when you need strength and when you need support, that so-called family or community that you have pull together, and they represent and they show up and they make you, really value and love the person that you're ultimately mourning. And I think that's really important, because what better way to show someone the impact that they've had in your life by actually showing up to them, really just for the final time, just to say goodbye.
Yeah. I mean, I think what's interesting, obviously not being Indian myself, is when I first came into this family, I didn't really understand why everyone was an auntie and an uncle.
Yeah.
Right. It used to confuse me. And because I'm an auntie just to three of my two nephews and one niece, and I got a tiny weeny family, I felt a bit weird that everyone was calling me
auntie.
Yeah. Prema Masi.
Masi, yeah, Masi.
So I found it a bit weird, but I really get it now. I really, really get it. And I really, really like it. Like when you say, oh, auntie, uncle, like it sounds silly and it's almost a little bit kind of feels a bit like it's got a childish kind of vibe, like everyone's my auntie and my uncle, but it's the most, I actually really feel it. It's a word that describes the interconnectedness of everybody. And even if you don't know someone else is going to know someone. And I suppose there's ups and downs.
Yeah, well, there's always someone in your community or your network that will know someone that you need something for. Like my mum's a super connector. So whenever someone needs something, whether it's your washing machine fixed or you need a plumber or you need someone to sort out your garden or you need a caterer, it's my mum's hotline that rings for kind of just for everything.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like it's been a very reflective day, and I want to live. I want to live. I mean, it sounds crazy, but I think when you witness and see death and see the
Loss.
The loss and the life and what it makes me want to live even more. And it makes me very grateful for my life and the privileges that I have and where I am now and all of these different things. I found it both sad and moving, but also inspiring and motivating.
I hear that.
In one experience.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think, as they say, you've only got one life to live, and don't waste the privilege of ultimately being born, right?
I mean, that's an interesting question, though, because you know what? Also, this weekend, so I've had a really interesting couple of weeks. First of all, I went to Medicine Festival, which was very grounding, earthy, a little bit challenging, but I listened to lots of amazing teachers, sat with some really incredible elders, listened to some fantastic music, and was really inspired. Then this weekend I went to a conference on the evolution of humanity and consciousness, which was really incredible in Hammersmith. Really good. So I've been listening to many people recently who say that there is no such thing as birth and death. There is such a thing as birth and death, but that's not the end. That you can actually live and die many times in a lifetime by letting go of the old version of you.
Yeah.
A bit like when I became Prema as my name, I had a first birthday party for Prema on my 50th birthday for Gail Berry. So not that Gail Berry is dead. She still exists, and for some people I'll always be Gail Berry. But for me, that was a rebirth of me. Not like massively dramatically, but it was definitely an intentional decision to live my life in a different way.
Yeah.
So I think actually you can live multiple lives in one lifetime. I mean, God, you've done it as well.
Well, look, I think you could live whatever life or however many lifestyles you want in the actual life that you live. It's all down to you, right? It's all down to, shedding any shackles you may have or any limitations that you may have and just ultimately living your best life.
Mm.
And it sounds like, that I can't stand that saying YOLO because that's such bullshit. You only live once. That's absolute bullshit. I would say YODO, you only die once. Well, actually, that's not even true now if you really think about it from, kind of just from that perspective. But I think ultimately just the power, you cannot blame anyone other than yourself for not having fully lived a life that made you happy.
Yeah, because happiness is an inside job, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's not about who you are and your status and that. It's like, can you find happiness in what is? And, that can be challenging for people. And I think that it's becoming perhaps increasingly harder to find those little pockets of happiness. But when you do, you should go there and like really like claim those and spend more time in that environment with people who also bring you joy and lift you up. Because that's the whole point, isn't it? I think that's the thing, is that from all the speakers I've been listening to the last few weeks, it's about like not being confined by any sense of like, oh, I'm this person and I do this. Because yeah, you can be this person, you can do this, but you could also choose something else. And it's like we kind of cage ourselves into these different identities. And for two people who love freedom, I think that's why we probably changed. You lived in New York for 10 years. You had lots of different identities there, didn't you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've forgotten how many times I've changed different things, from lawyer to entrepreneur to maiden to mother, like married to divorced, went through my menopause, like we used to be scared of flying, travel around the world, changed my name. Like, I mean, God,
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
But
you're going to have to edit the slideshow at my funeral very, very severely, because there's a lot of photos that need to be shown.
You got it.
And so that's the other thing as well. So many people see you in different ways as well, don't they? Because you never really, the only person who knows who you really are is you. Everybody else, I mean, even my who I think you are is different to who you actually are, because I can't know that, because only you could know that. But I'm good at bigging you up.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And I love giving you compliments.
You too. You too.
And you are just a G. You are.
Now she's making me blush.
I mean, I thought you were the coolest Indian man until I saw that man at a funeral today.
And he was wearing these like light yellow tinted aviators glasses. He looked pretty cool though, didn't he?
He had like some really like B.A. Baracus gold chains on, but like very like slim, neat waisted kind of guy. He was really stood out, didn't he? And I was like, wow, who's that? But that also, I think that was an important thing I noticed today. It was also like, live your life and don't give a shit. Wear the Amber Vision aviators and the B.A. Baracus chains and own it. And because I noticed him, of all the people in that place, he's actually on our podcast right now. I don't know who he is. If you're listening, get in touch, because you're cool. we want to invite you to come to Love Six. But he was also there. Like today, I really feel like I've had all of these like really big signs. I felt a bit like spacey today. Like I've had a lesson, but like a life lesson today with all these different things that have happened. And then when we came back from the funeral, we were going to go swimming, and then we just ended up just like having a cuddle and just lying in the sunshine with the sun coming in on the window. And it was like we did nothing. And in that nothing, I was like, oh, this is it.
This is the best thing,
this is great. So
yeah.
What?
Jinx, you owe me a Coke. So on that note, we're going to say goodnight.
Yeah. You're tired now, aren't you?
Yeah.
We always do these episodes in bed. We're normally in the morning, but tonight it's 9:30 and you're tired.
Yeah.
And I'm wired because I just came from a coaching call. So I'm like, what are we doing now? Should we do an episode like next week? Shall we? You said no as a joke. And then I was like, what?
So thank you for tuning in. Sorry if it was a bit all over the place, but it's not particularly straightforward to talk about death, but it was kind of pertinent to the mood and the day that we've had.
It's real. Today,
it's real.
Today, this is what has happened.
Shit just got real.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us. Now, before we go, I'm going to do another plug. I did a plug at the beginning. I'm doing a plug at the end because, as you know, we have been talking about doing an event for many, many, many podcast episodes. And you're probably a bit bored of us saying it, just like you're probably a little bit bored at the beginning with us saying, sorry, we haven't been on, we've been really busy. But anyway, we're strict now. We do a podcast every week. And do you know what? Our listens are really high right now. And we just want to say a massive thank you.
Absolutely,
yes. Seriously, like the last episode we had about 145 listens, which is a lot for us. It really, really is, because we only do this because we love it. So we're doing an event in September. We've already sold 3 tickets. So there's Jigs and I there, so there's 5 of us. So we've got another 3 tickets left. It's a brilliant food safari in East London. We found some amazing places that even if you hated the people, you'd love the food.
Yeah.
But you're gonna love the people and you're gonna love the food. But there's no way you're gonna hate the food. So come along if you're listening to this. Come and meet us in real life. Come and play. Come and be part of the first food safari in London. Obviously, we did one in India. That was another story. We should tell the story of that food safari another time. I don't think we did it. Everything went a bit wrong, but right at the same time. So please get in touch. Like I say, it's in September. Tickets are in Eventbrite. Come and find us somehow. It's a game. You've got to find us because we haven't got a website, so you have to do a bit of investigation. Be curious, like Jigs is, and find us.
Or if you can't make our food safari, why not go and do your own?
Yeah. No, because we want people to come to ours.
No, but if they're in a different, because obviously we get a lot of people internationally as well.
Then fly us out to your country and we'll host you your own Lovesick's food
safari.
Talking about.
All right,
this is what we're known for.
There we go.
Anyway, okay. Who's the business-minded one?
I think you are.
Yeah.
I think you are tonight.
Yeah.
So on that note, good night.
Yeah, we appreciate you listening. Thank you for listening. Do like and share us. Tell us what you think as well, and then we'll do more podcasts,
And if you've got any questions that you want us to answer or anything juicy, just drop us a note.
Drop us a note if you can find us, because it's not very clear how you find us. But you'll find us, because where there's a will,
there's a way.
And so we'll see you on the next episode.
Good night.
Bye.